that thing that you do. Hail
Over here.
Hydra.
Eh?
So
Why?
about the male taint.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
So
Why would
about
you
the male
start it with
taint.
that?
The
Wow.
male taint is very
No.
sensitive.
Oh God.
And here it is. Right out of the
Are you
horse's mouth.
proud of us?
Hello.
Genuinely.
I'm
Are you
so
happy,
proud.
Daddy?
So proud. So proud.
I didn't say that. I want to be
Well-
clear. I don't want that attributed to me.
Welcome
This
to our
is what you're
gathering.
here
Flip
for.
These are the would-be heroes of the Marvel Universe. Sorry, I'm just pausing for emphasis. An actual play using the relatively new Marvel Multiverse 616 TTRPG system. As a warning, this is a game that can explore mature themes, and while we will be specifically avoiding some topics, the game may still include body horror, gore, violence, loss of character agency, gaslighting, mind control, or other topics. Our players have discussed consent and boundaries and will collectively avoid situations that may be triggering. Players will always let me know if anything gets uncomfortable by using yellow and red cards in our private chat. If you as a viewer ever feel uncomfortable or triggered, please pause and step away. Our streams will be available on YouTube after the game, and you can always come back to an episode when you feel ready. 3 quick acknowledgements to Roll20, the official virtual tabletop of the TTRPG system of the our Marvel Multiverse system. Demiplane, a platform that connects TTRPG fans to make games better with high-quality tools that enhance the ways games can be played, shared, and explored. And Marvel Comics, without whom none of this would be happening. Quick round table to introduce our cast, starting with D.
Hey everyone, I am D, and assuming that Mike said my name, I'm playing Gideon Price, the perfectly normal old white dude. Not at all troublesome, not at all, yeah, he's perfectly fine.
You think we should tell him? I think we should tell him.
I don't think we should tell him.
Let's not tell him and see how long it goes on for.
Yeah.
CJ.
Who's next, Mike? CJ.
Hello. I don't know what's going on, but I am CJ, and I'll be playing Killian, aka Solstice, the resident well-studied Fae amongst the group.
Thank
Loves
God we're
Typhon.
back.
Joe.
Sorry. There we go. So salty about all of that. Salutations, everyone. My name is Joe, better known as DJ Tordor. Notifying her on all the Instagram websites. Mine is OnlyFans. You have to look for that a little bit harder. I am your only, one and only Red Jaguar. Kidding. Kidding. I am playing Brown Recluse, a Seattle-based webhead who is Spider-Man. However, copyright, Brown Recluse. Make it black. Make it bi. And originally from Manhattan, but lives on the West Coast now. And it's cold, it's wet, and white people be white people in here. And everybody's pale, and they do drugs and get weird tattoos of butterflies and corn. But yeah, one of the best OnlyFans models. Has great feet, 10 out of 10, 1.2% OnlyFans. So sign up for those special webby treats. Also, ooh, woo.
I hate the term webby treats.
Yeah, there was a lot
I
there
hate
that I'd
that.
like to unpack.
With my entire soul.
horrible.
We have to kill Brown Recluse.
What if he says
Where we
we
become
have
the
to.
villains of the campaign. This is the beginning of our villain arc, and it's all his fault.
I would also just like to say very, very quickly, fuck you, CJ. For putting that in my head.
What's wrong with webby
The
trees?
fuck?
What?
No. Say it the way he said it.
Oh, that's it.
It's webby tweets.
Oh.
Combining
yeah,
the
Gotta
bro.
kill
human
Solstice
voice
too now.
and this
Oh, yeah.
horrible.
Yeah, bro.
We are the would-be
man.
villains of the Marvel universe.
Yeah, bro. Come get these webby tweets, man. Sign up.
I quit. So to say.
Ooh, woo.
The Aegis just left.
We are professionals, guys.
We promise.
Speaking of, John.
Hi there, I'm John. I'm your middlest brother. I play Steel Aegis, the tokusatsu style flip kicking hero who is just a normal dude and probably has crystal cancer now.
I mean, not gonna lie. Alejandro.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Alejandro, and I am playing Hector, otherwise known as the Red Jaguar, a super strong luchador who is currently in a prank war with the Brown Recluse. And that will very quickly escalate into a real war if he keeps making those certain words, such as webby treats.
Certain
I'll
words?
fight you.
Don't
I
get
thought
mad
you were
at
gonna say
me.
ooh.
Don't get mad at me because people web out when they see my cakes. All right, just letting you know. We're gonna show you.
Guys, we
Bro.
found our comic relief character.
Where?
Behind the barn where we shot them.
Sparrow.
Poor old Yeller.
Hi, I'm Sparrow, Lucky Red Sparrow here on Twitch, and pretty much everywhere at this point. I'll be playing Synapse, the totally well-adjusted and not at all possessed mutant.
Not at all possessed.
I'm also very, very tired today. I've had exactly 2 hours sleep over the last 2 days, so I might be either a little bit quiet or a little bit unhinged, and I don't know which direction it's going to be in.
Why not both?
Yeah, the
I can
silent
both.
unhinged.
Yeah, both works.
I'm
You know,
unhinged in this in our shitpost channel. Although that's just normal for me.
You're not allowed to go to shitpost.
I don't go to shitpost.
Look,
He's
I
going
saw
to.
your
Sparrow,
hand
you're a
turn.
mod, right?
He
Ban
literally
Mike from the
literally
shitpost
lied
channel.
into the camera. He lied straight to us.
He lied to
I saw
you.
your
I
hand
lie
dear
to you all the
listeners.
time. I mean,
Yeah, but in this case, it's the principle of the matter. I'm fine with you lying me in private. I like it when you say you like me.
Are we just gonna let that
Just
sit? We're
dead
just not gonna,
silence.
we're not gonna say shit to that.
And that is called comedic timing.
Yeah.
We're just gonna let
leave
that-
that there.
let that
We're not
be.
gonna
Yeah,
talk about
okay.
it ever again.
all right.
Nope. Don't talk about
Moving
that.
on to the cutting room floor.
Fine.
When we left our would-be heroes, they had decided to get some answers from the one source that they thought they could find. And went to, or more specifically, Zan went to the university to find, sorry, old age,
Henry Stillwater or something like that. Silver Creek.
Silverbrook.
Silverbrook,
Yeah.
who not only confirmed that there were issues that he already knew about, but that things were moving in a direction that he needed to figure out. So the team went on a bit of an excursion. And then essentially we are now starting in a pocket dimension wherein Oberon, aka Henry Silverbrook, has invited some a bit more reluctantly, Red Jaguar reaching through the portal, grabbing Brown Recluse by the shirt, pulling him in, to discuss matters with a certain degree of hopefulness of privacy. Pocket dimension. Oberon turning out to be a 20-ish foot tall, purplish, Celt-looking fellow, leaving the last episode with basically more or less the concept of, yeah, we need to talk. So the 6 of you, or 5, I guess, technically. So we'll start with you, CJ, Solstice. You're studying, as you are wont to be doing, in your chamber. You've got your books surrounding you. You've got the arcane symbol on the floor. And you remember that scene, those many scenes in the Doctor Strange movies where you get the little spark, spark in the middle of the air, in the middle of the room? And it sort of draws this arc and a circle around something. It's sort of purplish, it's greenish, sort of multicolored, and it sort of draws this circle and becomes a portal of sorts.
Portal that I can peek into, or solid?
It's kind of blurry in a sense where you're kind of looking through, I don't know, filter. Some kind of something on the other side. Did we ever name your parents?
I've been trying to figure that out. I feel like we did,
I think we did.
but
If only the internet were full of name generators.
Your mom has got to be Martha.
Wrong universe.
Why did you say that name?
No, it's the right universe. I'm calling the wrong universe out.
it's not in my description.
You hear a voice coming through the portal, essentially. Gideon. Would you care to join us?
Who goes there?
These things are so tiresome. Hello, this is thing on. Can you hear now? Are you hearing me? The background within the portal clears enough that Synapse is there as well, is she not? Oh, I see. You see your companions. Synapse, Red Jaguar, Recluse, Gideon Price, Steel Aegis. In a glade. And to answer a question that just floated by on the text, static, E. Like a bad reception. You can kind of pick up on Synapse's thoughts. Always.
Are you all right? Are you captured?
And
Just
Synapse,
try.
you get sort of garbled art cap.
Can I try and focus down the connection to just try and make it a little bit clearer? Like if I dim out the rest of the team at the moment and just focus entirely on making a telepathic link with Solstice, since I can see him, and there is now a connection between the two realms.
Give me a logic check. Just make this a standard telepathic link. But you're going to have double trouble on it.
Double trouble.
Double
Oh,
trouble.
double
Oh,
trouble.
no.
Okay.
Prepare for trouble.
So how does trouble actually work? Do I have to take the highest and redo
You take
it?
the
Or
lowest. You
Take
can
the
do the same
lowest?
thing when you're rolling in the roller if you're using the VTT, roll 20. You can hover over the number you want to roll over or roll again. It gives you the
Yeah.
option to do edge or trouble. Just select trouble and it will select the bottom number for you.
Oh, okay.
If you're doing it manually, re-roll a d6 and take the lower of the results that you have.
that's still a 16. If
Perfect.
you look into the chat. I was doing it through Roll20. Uh, I've literally gone down by 1 point
Dang.
with the double
Damn.
trouble.
Nice.
With a 6 on the marble die.
Perfect.
Obviously, I didn't re-roll that one.
I would love to mention that it's 3 6s on the marble die. You've
mean,
re-rolled and
technically
gotten a
speaking-
6 every time.
Technically speaking, usually either the narrator selects which number you're going to roll or you re-roll the highest one.
That's what I was asking. You said it didn't matter.
No, I was just describing
Yeah,
the
you.
mechanics.
I
of
was
it.
there.
Yeah, okay. Technically, it does matter. And from this point forward, will matter.
Okay. Okay.
Free warning.
Can I connect
No,
with
it's fine.
Celsius?
It's fine though because this is not a vital. You can focus it. Focusing on one mind makes it a lot more clear for you, so you can stretch through a dimensional barrier.
Can you hear me?
Yes. What's going on? Who is this?
Well, it's mental, so I think it'd be okay to say it, and she would tell him in case he needed to warn us. You know how we wanted to look up that specific person that opposes Map?
Yes, I'm
Found him.
studying how to. Oh,
And
That's-
well, he found us, and he would like to talk to all of us.
okay, I'm coming through.
Thank you. I'm really scared. This is very unsettling, and he is fucking massive.
I don't think he wants to harm us. I hope not.
He did give his word that we could leave and return back to our time and space. So,
Hmm. I wouldn't take his word at face value. And I'll shake off the glaziness of my eyes that I probably have by just talking to someone in my head. Okay, make way, I'm coming. And
Aegis
I'll-
will lean over to Synapse and say, did you let him know that Oberon can read our minds?
that's an important thing. Yeah, I'll send that through. Oh, yeah,
By the way,
No,
as
to
he's
be
stepping
fair
through
to
the
her,
room,
no, to be fair to her, she reads everybody's mind all the time. So it's not something that she would find concerning in somebody else. You know what I mean? Like, it's not a thing that she would think to mention.
Oh
We
no.
need
So-
to work on Synapse's double standards.
Hang on, how is it
We
double
need to improve
standards?
them.
No. What we're saying is we need to create this double standard. It's fine when you do it.
You do it.
Problem
Yeah,
when
exactly.
other people do it. To other
She doesn't
we need to
realize
make you into a
I
worse
said
person.
what I said.
We need to make you into a worse person.
the worst person.
Yes,
Yes.
we need to have you make
So-
a negative character person.
So when
You know.
Aegis mentions it, you'll just get this extra buzz. Oh, he can read our minds, so just as a heads up, apparently that's a
Okay.
problem.
I don't know how
Step
to
to the
avoid
room.
chicken tiki masala. Just like thinking of like random foods.
The feeling of
Can I just, I'm sorry.
Just reciting Chinese takeout
Can I
menus.
can I just say, like, so far we have established that Solstice exclusively eats chicken tikka masala, right? So when Solstice is thinking of random foods, it's actually just a litany of the one dish.
And like the various places he's tried it
Yeah.
from in the city. And like a ranking system. And you just see Synapse being like, oh, that makes sense.
Amazing.
At
It's
some point,
bad
Synapse
at
is going to have
Papa
to give you guys
John's.
like how to like protect your mind against stuff. But for the moment, she's not
You
thought
mean
of that.
I figured it out. Flawless.
all right. So you step out through the portal. You feel sort of a pull from your core, and you get pulled into green space. You step down onto a lush carpet of grass and moss, soft trees, green flowers, like a meadow within a forest, that seems to stretch on for eternity. Trees behind trees into the shadows, and eventually just a massive forest within which this sun-dappled meadow seems to be existing where you all are. And a very large, 20-ish feet, purplish pink skin, kind of dressed like a 10th century Celt, fur cloak on his back, gigantic sword at his waist, sort of thing. A strange sort of that half face covering helmet. Gideon?
Would I know if it's like terrible to say his name to him?
Well, he knows yours. I mean, your parents would have probably taught you a lot more than, say, Anima's parents did. So you'd have the understanding of royal protocol, for want of a better term. And regardless of whoever's opinion of the guy, he's a king.
Your Highness, thank you for the transportation.
Do not look at the sass memes and
It's just popping
shitposting
up on my
channel,
bottom
Mike.
of my screen. I can't help
Fucking
it.
mute
Just say the
him,
word.
man.
Can't help it. Go to a different channel. This is all under your
It
control.
amuses me. All right.
Should I explain to anyone?
No,
what
do
just
not.
happened?
Do not.
No,
this is
no.
this is extra Patreon
Leave that
content.
to be a mystery to be unsolved later.
That's for like tier 3 Patreon subscribers. They can get a transcript of the shitpost channel after every session.
Absolutely,
Oh
100%.
Lord.
Oh my god.
I did want to say, well done, you. You came the closest in your investigations. When you went back to the museum,
Was that your?
I thought I had cleaned it enough, but you managed to discover a trace. So my commendations. I am sure you all have questions, and for everyone else, Solstice did in fact go back to the art gallery, right? And did some investigating with regards to the shards that they had initially found. And when whereupon investigating at the art gallery, found that there was next to no trace of any existence of any art display of shard in question or anything resembling glass sculpture exhibit of any kind, but with a small application of magic, deduced that the entire building was under glamour, or the remains of a glamour. Back. I'm sure you all have questions.
That's a fair assessment.
Yeah, we got a few.
I am hoping I can answer them while maintaining the pact between myself and the Queen of Air and Darkness.
What was that last thing he said?
Say again, sorry?
What was that last thing he said?
I am sworn to non-interference.
Okay.
That is sworn in specific terms. It would help if knowing the exact terms of your non-interference, that way we don't accidentally put you in a difficult position.
Mab and I operate as the sun and moon.
Elaborate.
Winter has no influence over summer, summer has no influence over winter, and thus we have decided, eons past, to conduct our kingdoms without the threat of interference from our opposite. And thus, with the new cycle, with the new inheritance of the kingdom, with the influence and the change in power that becomes a cyclical yearly event, we have forever operated with the assumption that no direct involvement from the other will occur.
But proxies are fair game.
Rules are meant to be bent. Cannot be broken, but can be bent. I cannot interfere directly in any of her plans. However,
But you
But
can
if
just
you
so
were to-
happen tell us about the plans, and we could go throw a monkey wrench
even
in the
that
problem.
is technically interfering directly.
You could suggest to us interesting places that we should visit relatively soon.
Or tell us where you keep your journal, and we can just read that. I don't know.
If we get
do
any
Fey Kings
direct
have
information from this guy, it breaks his pact. So we need to get him to give us indirect information.
Is anyone good at 20 questions?
Could tell us what her plan is not?
List all of the plans that are not her plan.
Admire your tenacity. He turns,
A good time.
walks a couple paces, sort of gestures, and sort of from the earth itself grows and sort of becomes like a gnarled tree branches, tree trunks sort of thing, and becomes this twisted conformation of essentially a wood throne.
Oh, that's pretty neat.
And he sits. Not heavily, but
Regally.
of a sort. As though, I mean, he's a little disturbed. I cannot tell you anything directly. What I can do is possibly answer questions without answering.
Oh, God. Okay. Gideon, you're up. You're good at this kind of backwards double talk.
Only if I roll.
Who's standing next to me?
Well, Jaguar was the one that dragged you through.
Yeah.
True. And Gideon's probably the first in front of you, considering that he went in just before you were dragged in.
Perfect.
Uh-oh.
He leans back,
So,
gestures. A table appears with carafes of what looks like wine, mugs of mead, roast mutton, middle of the table, vegetables of various kinds, and he gestures with his other hand, and some small fey folk flitting out of the woodlands from behind trees or wherever they might have been. They take up a goblet sort of thing with two hands, and they fly one over to each of you.
Thank
Please.
you. I'm gonna reach over to Solstice. Is it rude if I don't drink this? I don't really like alcohol. But I don't want to offend him.
Well, he can read our minds.
Right. Yeah. Oh, Recluse, what the fuck?
I love Sparrow's having an existential crisis right now. Sparrow knows all about the Fae stuff. Sparrow's like,
that one moment where you have real world knowledge, but
yeah,
cannot
meta knowledge,
get
and I'm just
character
sitting
doesn't
here
know.
like.
I'm not gonna say I did this
Zan
on
will take the
purpose.
goblet due to social pressures, but just be like, I don't drink.
I'll be
wine.
honest, if you'd given her food, she wouldn't be I wouldn't let her do anything, but she doesn't really drink alcohol. So that's where I'm going with this. If you just given her food, or if it was just water, then she'd have politely taken a sip. But because it's alcohol, she's like, I don't really want to have any.
I mean, there's other Fae that are kind of flying to you with like
Coke.
two of them on either side of a plate with, vegetables on it or charcuterie tray. I don't know.
Listen. If he has like fucking a Monster Energy drink, I'm taking it.
Here comes the Dorito fairies.
Yes.
I
Dorito
see. I
diets.
offered you the wrong thing. Here.
The Dorians.
But
So-
because it's made, I'll ask.
The tortilla pixie.
I'll go to preps. I'll grab your glass. I shall drink this in your place.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
I believe they call it double fisting.
I'm waiting for the bad chat to something.
No.
No.
You're not going to do it on command now. You've literally got an opening right there. All right. Zan
Yeah,
Andrews.
we're not. We know you're watching now. It's no longer
Exactly.
fun.
No,
It's not fun
yeah.
anymore.
It's
I
weird.
feel like a
You've
bad parent
ruined
now.
it.
I
gonna
kind of
make
want to
my
make
own
a group
chat.
chat now, so I can just send you guys a meme.
Dad's watching the chat now. We have to behave. No.
Are you sure you want to call yourself a dad on the internet? Is that
Only
is that
somebody
really
knows
what
what
you
he
want?
said.
Sure you want to make this risk?
Listen, I made that mistake once, and I've not lived it down, and it's now the reason I have a new emote. So,
I mean, hey, if I
It's
get
up
10
to
more
you.
followers because I call
Oh,
myself
God.
daddy, sure, let's do it.
Ooh,
All right.
there it is.
Oh no, Daddy
Oh,
narrator, don't
boy.
clap us in the Feywild.
This is going to very quickly become a very different kind of actual play.
All right.
that's my life.
Zan Andrews,
Yes.
do
He
you take a
will
drink?
pass his goblet also to Solstice.
Oh, I
Only got two hands, though.
He trusts him.
I can levitate them if you want.
please.
So should we make a list of things we need to ask him?
Hey,
Mm,
what did
Anyone
I?
drink?
I didn't.
Oh no.
Anyone else?
I got a butt steez.
What did I miss?
Did you drink? You being asked if you drank anything?
Oberon gave us a bunch of wine.
I'll have his
The
summer wine.
non-alcoholic drinkers are passing their wine to Solstice.
So Gideon Price,
Yes.
what would you want it to taste
A Rioja Reserva. Probably from the Cantabria region.
Sipping it reminds you of a year. Kind of a memory? Not quite a memory? Long time ago, 18 something? There was a particularly good crop of grapes that year. And you remember it very distinctly because the wine itself, a couple of years later, had this certain texture, certain flavor that just made it just a bit better. And this triggers that memory. This is sort of just this is that wine. Anyone else drinking?
I probably wouldn't. I'm just kind of holding it.
Brown Recluse?
I'm carrying the drink with me to get behind Gideon.
You do drink it?
No.
Does anyone eat anything?
Hell no.
Listen, Sparrow says no, but if there's really good food and it's being given to her, Synapse might if someone doesn't stop her. So
This is actually
Hector, please.
Hector would absolutely stop Synapse from eating any of the food. Like if she goes to it, he just like puts a hand on her head and slowly moves it away. And he's like, no,
Oh, I didn't want to be rude.
you don't eat food from Fae.
Oh.
Why not? Like, I'm not eating because I'm still in the suit and I don't know how to get food into my mouth through this helmet, but is
You
it
hear a
like
sigh from the
non-compatible?
You could take some cheese off the charcuterie board and grate it.
Through
You
the
hear a sigh
mask.
from over on the throne.
If you do it, you go in their debt. They offered you food. And someone
Already, my guests. Rules of hospitality are very sacrosanct.
wanted to hear you say it.
Touche.
You don't, and it's just
If I
implied.
had wanted to take your names, your identities, the usual mythology of Fae, I already know everything about you. I could have done so long ago. But not only am I sworn to not interfere, my interference with any machinations that I decide to put into play must also be, what's the word? Pure, free of taint, free of influence.
Obligation.
Okay, so
My
by
presence cannot
virtue,
exist.
yeah, so by virtue of this pact, because you want us to do something for you in regards to Mab, you can't do anything to us.
Why would I do
That would-
something to hurt the champions I literally chose?
It's not.
Aegis is going to
technically
point at
hurt it.
Gideon. He has a nuclear warhead underneath our base where most of us sleep.
Why would you tell him that? That
He
seems like a thing you
knows.
don't tell people.
Now is my time to strike. Boop.
Who is he hitting?
Gideon.
Gideon.
Gideon?
Oh,
What do I need to roll not to cut his hand off?
Why? What?
Can we,
Brown Recluse
can
is
we
like
focus on the
Oberon.
giant elf
The
king,
king?
please? Like, fuck. We're not going to be the champions for very long. We're going to get kicked out.
I'm gonna look at Oberon and go, hold on 1 second. I'm gonna pick both Gideon and Brown Recluse up. I'm
It's a good
literally
idea.
just gonna hold them apart like this.
I mean, I haven't reacted yet. And if you pick me up, I'm just gonna look at you and I'm gonna say, why are you doing this?
Because knowing you two, one of you will react, and we have shit to do.
So I'm gonna be watching this and just be like, that's a thing for later.
I would be very appreciative if you let me down.
What's the deal with the crystals?
What can you tell us about them
Yeah. What about the
without
crystal?
breaking your non-interference pact?
Also, what's up, Elf King dude? I hope you're doing well.
I'm fine.
Have you talked to my buddy here, Summer Solstice? They're great.
We're trying to.
That is a good point. You're still
Yeah, how
half
wintry is
winter.
solstice?
We can get to that. The crystal question is quite important.
I
Speaking
think
of
it's
that,
hot.
actually,
Oh, honey.
interestingly, you look down at the half. And it's not a half anymore.
Oh, it's a hole.
No, you're almost watching it, want a better term, melt.
Mab's
Sort of-
influence can't come here.
Dissolving very slowly down. It's about mid-thigh at this point, and it's sort of gently, sort of very, very slowly, like you're trying to watch a very slow satellite across the sky. So just barely perceptible movement, but it's very slowly, like a loading screen, waiting for things to load, and you're waiting for that bar to move, and it moves very, very one pixel at a time. But it seems to be reducing.
Let's see if that sticks. But yes, the crystals. Are they your doing?
No.
Hmm.
Can you
Those
tell us-
are the vanity of ego personified.
Gideon,
Yes.
the translation.
I kicked a bulldozer. Like, how does a bulldozer have ego?
No, it's not that. It's
Oh,
the crystals themselves are parts of someone's mind. Well, not necessarily someone's mind, but they're fragments of a personality, correct? That's why they can show us memories. That's why they can show us. I'm grasping at straws here. I want to say, like, what I'm aiming at, and it's hard for me to think of the correct words, is they're like personas, almost like fragments of will given form.
You're right, and you're wrong.
The way you
Why
phrased it makes
do
it
they
sound like
teleport
you're
some of
saying
us?
it is. No, this is the way he phrased it implies that it is not a particular individual's person that is manifested. It is the quality of having a persona that manifests. And as such, when certain ones of us touch these crystals, we are transported to those things that are apparently the truest to ourselves. Thus, Solstice being transported into the Fey realm as he comes from the Fey.
Sent home, as it were.
Yes.
Also right, also wrong.
Are they a specific person then? Echoes of wanting to go home?
Also right, also wrong.
am I just dumb? Because nothing happens when I touch them.
Also, right?
He's like, well,
No, I
then
think it's
what's
because
saying
you're
it?
on your I
I
think it's because you're on your home realm
like,
when he does
correct.
that.
No, in truth, Zan, I think it might be because you live true to yourself.
Huh.
Are we still
Oh,
being
Oh,
held?
that's a confidence boost.
Nothing happens because you are what you are. You live as you are on the inside.
Huh. Okay, that's neat.
Fascinating
Yes.
thing I have found about the mortal realm is that humanity has innovated itself, creating modes of transportation that
Yeah, we do
require
like to
power
build things that move.
sources of limited duration.
their batteries.
I don't think he's talking about the Duracell bunny.
And when these conveyances
You're muted, Sparrow.
Dumb joke.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
lack their power source, they're useless.
Are we still being held?
No.
No,
Oh, no,
by
sorry.
Hector.
Let me flip a coin real quick.
I did request for you to
I know the question
release
is,
him.
did he like hear that? Because right after a question was asked, and he might have focused on that.
I would
He might have completely
repeated.
forgotten about you two.
He's just holding you up.
Yeah, he fully forgot he was holding you guys up because he's been paying attention.
The fuck?
They're like a couple of
Make
rolls of paper towel
power
Your
sticks.
adults
cell.
must be cute.
It's like training cats with these
Oh.
people.
Sorry, just
I'm doing my best, man.
I put
You are the
both
best
down.
one of them.
Don't fight.
Who's gonna fight?
I do not intend
No
to.
one.
Are these crystals sent, or have they been manifested by something else? If they're not
They're
yours,
very
and they're
real.
not maps.
You can touch them. They're real.
No, I know that. I mean, are they a byproduct of something, or were they sent deliberately?
In my many, many years of dealing with both the summer and nothing is not deliberate.
But it's not you, or it's not map either.
It's not me.
Is it map? Well, you can't tell me that. Obviously, you didn't answer the question. But
Is
what
it not
should you-
not Mab?
The focus is they've got immense magical energy in them, like immense. So this is out of character. Let me work through this. Oberon, don't listen to this shit. I mean, if they gather together like we've seen them do and fuse into one, they could be a bomb, a citywide bomb, or a worldwide bomb, depending on how powerful you want to get. So did Mab send it through as fragments in order to get people on this side to merge them together, or get her agents to do that? Or was it meant to be sent through as a whole and it fractured for some reason?
That kind of
Give
like
everyone
what
give
Sam was
me-
In
about
my
to say.
mind, I have like
Oof.
right here. I have this like vague memory of there having been confirmation that it is definitely not Mab.
Yeah, that's what
I
I
do
thought.
not know where it comes from. I
Monday
don't know
team,
if
I
it's
think.
like from like, but there is definite like I have a
Monday
vague
team.
sense of it definitely not being Mab. Like this is something we
Yeah.
know. Which is why we
That's-
kind of like assumed it was Oberon once he like appeared and started being fucking frustrating.
But he
So, like,
just
he's
basically
also not,
implied
yeah.
that it was Mab by the
No,
way
he
he was
said
speaking.
it wasn't
He
It's
said
him.
it
not
was
him,
him.
but I asked, is it him or Mab? And he said it's not him. Thus
True, the
implying
question
using
is-
Faye bullshit that it's
Unless
Unless he doesn't know.
and this is like going way off the deep end, but unless even giving information that it is not her still classifies as giving us information about her.
excluding possibilities.
Sir, Your Honor, I have two questions.
I love him.
Is it bad to keep the fragments of the crystal we found in one place? Would it be detrimental to us?
No.
Okay. Second question. You talked about batteries. Could these things be repurposed as a power source? Just out of curiosity.
Yes, but not by you.
Damn it.
Fast solstice.
How far is Solstice away from me?
Is it detrimental to a human body to have this tattooed on them, the crystals?
Too
I
far
feel like
for
we need to
this
bring up the
happen.
fact that people have snorted this stuff and
I didn't. I didn't do anything like that.
I didn't either. I was away for 2 sessions and you fuckers
Oh, we didn't
snorted
snort it. We
crystals
didn't actually.
Here
I
snorted
think-
crystal while me and Synapse were gone.
Technically, Dreadfire is the
touched-
only one who maybe snorted it. I'm not sure.
God.
None of us snorted it, but we do
No,
have
we
a
thought
quote
to snort.
about glass shards in the nose being all right in the
I mean,
face
Anima
of
took a
world
Face
destruction.
full of dust to the face.
There we go.
Okay. But I feel like we should bring that up. But we could get like the most banging tattoos from them if we could. Like magic tattoos.
Zan might be thinking about Brown Recluse getting a magic tattoo to give him enchanted webbing.
Your Highness, is one of us directly or indirectly involved in the appearance of these crystals on this plane?
Mere happenstance. Coincidence. That you all manifested.
Okay, that answers that.
Did it?
Well, it's not us. It's not him.
Are there like winter or not winter, fall and spring courts?
Yeah.
Or governors or are the crystals Fey in origin?
Would you be here if they weren't?
Possibly, you brought us here.
Is it right here? I was
Would
right
you be here if you
Well,
didn't think so?
Are there more than 2 factions in this?
Don't shut up.
Am I closer to Solstice?
Yes and no.
I clench
Technically
my
we
chin.
know there are at least 3. Mab,
Technically,
the Winter
no.
Court, the Summer Court, and us. That's 3 factions right there.
Summer Court
No.
seems to be like aligning itself with us.
But they've not done so yet. He might be helping us now, but he's said he can't interfere directly, which means his game is different. Mm. So while we might end up being his champions or whatever, at the moment there are 3 factions at play. because we've not agreed
Could
to
it be
anything yet.
Hydra?
That's a good point.
So 4 factions. What I'm saying
Hey,
is we need to be more
human-
specific.
Is the human organization Hydra involved in this at all?
I mean, they have attacked us.
Yeah, but that could have
That's-
just been
that's
like,
Hydra.
oh, hey, look, there's some capes. Like, honestly, that could have been initiation for that slippery guy.
Eel.
Yeah.
Not really a snake.
That's why he needed the initiation. He didn't get in on just being a snake. He had to be. He had to prove himself because he wasn't technically a snake.
He's only an eel.
Go where we can get more information. And can you tell us?
Your local library.
Does he actually say your local library?
I mean, technically that's correct. We can get more information there. Okay, we need to figure out a question that he can answer because he can't answer us directly, and it's driving me up the fucking wall.
I'll ask him
You wanted
something
more
in
face shit,
Elvish.
so.
Yeah.
It's
Dude,
great,
no,
but
I
I
am
can't ask the
enjoying
questions
this.
I want to ask. Here's the thing: Synapse doesn't do this kind of double talk, so she's just like Sparrow having a great time. Synapse
Not
is
having
just
a great
like
time.
she works in code. Code is black and white.
Yeah, Zan's getting a headache.
I want to speak in Elvish just so he knows what I mean by my question. So I'll ask him, are there any allies that can more directly assist us? So by speaking Elvish, I hope he understands I mean like other elves, not just superheroes.
You will likely find allies to be difficult to convince when they cannot see what is truly going on.
Can you help us show them?
No.
Excuse me. Oh, actually, no, you're speaking Elvish. I won't know what you're talking about. Never mind.
Well, maybe you could.
I mean,
I don't remember how it works with like the
yeah,
me
no, I
thinking in
have been.
Elvish and
Yeah, if you're happy for me to still be in your brain,
Yeah.
100%, I will still do that. I've noticed that you have a particular impact on technology. That, well, to be honest, here. Actually, does any of my tech work here? I know that when I tried to see them in the the mortal plane, he was glitching out my tech and I could see through illusion
Yeah,
with
and the
tech.
same thing happened with Zan and Recluse's photos.
Yeah,
Just
so
a giant missing no.
What tech are you trying to use?
she would bring out her phone first and foremost. Just because she's trying to make the point that tech doesn't quite work here. So
Black
does black screen? Do you always have that effect on tech no matter where you are?
Oh. Only
So
when I
shutting
want
it down.
privacy.
That's understandable. But I was able to see through
The
the
Nokia
illusion
still
using
working.
this.
Of course it does. It's a Nokia.
Of course it does.
The apocalypse could happen and the Nokia will still work.
I was able to see through your illusion earlier with Aegis when you hid him from me using tech. Would I be able to do that for other people? Or did you let me through your illusions because it was clever or you needed to talk to us?
Sorry, as a narrator, remind me when that happened.
So
last session.
when he was talking to Aegis and we burst into the room and the room was completely empty, I was sitting on Hector's back and I brought my phone out in front of both of us, and basically we could see Zan sitting across from us and a glitchy thing that was Oberon. So, and he was like, that's very clever, you saw through that. Yeah, but and the fact that I could see through illusions at the very first episode of this by using my ability to look through
the cameras. Yep.
Yeah. So there's precedent. I'm just not sure if he let me through the illusion because he wanted to talk to us, and the first one is just not as powerful as he was, or if he was just genuinely unable to stop me seeing through.
That's a good question.
Thank you.
As with all things, there are creatures, food chain, life, in cosmos, infinitely more powerful than others. So, one magic spell cast by fledgling would perceptibly do the same thing as a spell cast by an elder.
So I can't.
Results might differ. I chose to allow you to see.
So if you let me in, but I saw that, and she's gonna quickly flash like a very brief memory to people of the museum the first time with the elf and how she used the tech there to see through the illusion. If you let me, but he didn't, he wouldn't have wanted me to. So if they're not as powerful as you, or not as experienced in illusion magic as the Lord of Light, sorry, that's meta knowledge. She wouldn't know that. Fucking the summer court is the king is of light and illusion. Of course he can fucking control.
We could literally basically say that he kind of punted that into your brain, so you just kind of blurted it out.
Thank you.
Synapse is he's trying to be very respectful. He's like, oh, gotta throw in the title there. Gotta throw in the title.
Oh, thank you. Yep.
Very
Well, she doesn't know how
Austrian.
to and like I would imagine Killian is just like, how do you know that title? No, but if he's not as powerful as you, then I would. If they're not as powerful, I can see through illusions. Gideon, remind me to set up a sweep of the base when we get back, so I can maintain that. Ensure that we don't have any illusions there. I mean, I already have a system.
It's actually Maui, shapeshifter, demigod of the wind and sea, hero of men. I interrupted you. Go.
What?
He's
I didn't hear what you
I'm
said.
referencing Maui.
He's referencing Moana.
Oh.
Listen, I have exactly 3 brain cells, and I'm doing everything I can to give you plot. So work with me here, man.
It's not here. Isol's is not here.
No, Celsius is with us.
I'm over here.
But you're in the not in the cloak. Never mind.
So, yes, I can use tech.
See.
Just your success might vary.
But it's better than nothing.
That's true.
If we can't see through illusions cast by a master spell worker like yourself, but we can see through it those hostile to us. And I don't imagine that anyone would be stronger in illusion work than. I'm gonna look at Solstice really quickly, and again, mental thing, again forgetting that he's here. Listen, He's like a king, isn't he? Like, that's what you said,
Yes,
my lord, earlier. So that makes him like the king of the summer court or whatever. That's what we're
yes.
talking about.
You just
Okay.
called him that, no?
Oh,
The Lord of
oh, Lord, a
Light.
lot. I thought that was just me being dramatic. And I didn't want to offend him. Anyway,
I
they're not on
teleport
your
away.
level, are you? They're not on your level, are they? The ones that we're dealing with in this kind of magic. Anyone else outside this realm, I mean. You're the best there is.
In this room.
That doesn't mean much if this is a pocket realm. I just need to say that. And like immediately she's like, I don't want to offend. I don't want to be offensive. I just offended the king. You just see like those thoughts like spiral through her brain, and she's just like,
I have a question for the Elf King.
Proceed.
It's nothing weird, but don't elves like to have fun? Like, isn't it in your nature to be like, whoa, magic, cool stuff?
Mirth and merriment has long been associated with the Elfkin, yes.
Makes you cool in my book.
Oh, okay. I thought this was going somewhere.
No, I was just saying, like, elves are
Okay.
supposed to be cool. So, I mean, Solstice here is like so awesome, but he eats a lot of Chinese food, which is not healthy.
We still don't know that for certain, like physiology and all that.
Maybe, is it, do you have a crystal in your stomach?
Perhaps.
Like a kidney stone?
Can we check? Can we open them up?
Well, we can check with Beholder. I think she has X-ray vision.
Where's
what
Beholder?
questions do we need to
Probably
ask
in her lab.
Oberon, guys?
Yes.
I'm guessing we have a limited time to do this.
Oh.
There's a king. We
Do
need to
you-
do this plot.
Do you have a girlfriend?
That's not pertinent to the.
I'm curious.
If
It's a question because that can lead
If
us to
we-
crystal. Because if the crystal girlfriend is a thing, we can have the crystals out and then get the girlfriend.
if we continue our investigation into the crystals, could that perhaps cause problems for Mab?
Definitely.
We had
I
this
think I just got a
idea
straight
of,
answer.
I mean,
of tracking the
insofar
crystals.
as if one issues,
Sorry, I think we got a straight answer. I mean, no.
insofar if
Yes, is what I would have said.
plans hinged around a particular aspect and others were interfering with that aspect, yes.
I'm going to scoot
Cause
her
problem.
back to Gideon. I'm going to scoot her back to Gideon.
If hypothetically speaking, if someone from a Fey realm would want to invade the Midgard, would it be easier for them to do it in any season they're associated with, or could they just do it at any point?
Why would they want to invade Midgard?
Speaking within the hypothetical, the Fey courts are always the strongest in their chosen seasons.
I think if we just preface our questions with hypothetically, we might get better answers.
Hypothetically speaking, if we wanted to find someone who could give more direct answers, where should we be looking?
Inward.
Synapse, you're gonna hear from Hector's mind as he proceeds to
A
start
howl of anguish.
cussing Oberon out in
It's bad.
rapid Spanish.
You'll just watch Synapse just like look
Slowly
really
blush.
confused, and then just like very gently poke you, be like, I don't know what that means, but if he speaks Spanish, he can hear you.
Do you speak Spanish?
See.
He starts going louder.
Um, does this does any of this between yourself and Mab and this world, does this also in some way have to do with other realms, such as Asgard or Hell?
As Mab and myself are from other worlds. And the shards seem to be Midgard. And as certain individuals, and he basically does the 20-yard stare straight through you, are from neither. Yes, false multiple.
I'm real sorry. I have a question, and like I know you've been answering them, and you probably answered this already, but um, we've been I've been receiving texts from an unknown number, and that's weird. I can usually track anything, so the fact that I couldn't makes me believe it's unearthly in some way. Has that been you, or is there a new player we need to be worried about?
If I was to text you, I would absolutely, particularly in this particular instance, if it involves anything with regards to these shards, I would most definitely conceal my identity due to the Pact of Non-Interference.
Understandable. Thank you. I was really concerned about it. It's not usual that I can't discover who does send me texts. It's almost impossible to get into one of my systems. I have another one question though. We were planning, do we have paper? Really quickly, because I wanted to quickly sketch out
Always.
something.
I produce a notebook out of my inner pocket.
She's going to take it and start scribbling. So we had Synapse starting to research the energy. Well, Synapse and Aegis start to research the energy signature of the crystals.
Mhm.
And so what I'd like to do is a prototype, like because we've been working on that kind of thing, a prototype of a tracker to follow it. If we were to build something that could track these kind of crystal deposits, would finding particularly large deposits of these crystals be helpful to us, or should we be dealing with them like we would deal with explosives?
Without knowing exactly what something does, I could see the benefits of both sides, of both collecting a thing to having enough of that element to conduct one's experiments, but at the same time, if it was dangerous, having more of something might not be the wisest thing.
we have any more questions for him?
I have two.
It's all the same answer anyway.
That's
I'm getting a headache.
Okay,
The best part is that I've literally answered every single one of your questions. You just
Yeah.
put it all together.
I know, and it's driving me up the wall because, I mean, technically you're correct, and technically you're giving us answers, but also fuck you because you're not giving us proper answers.
Yeah.
And we've ended this with no more information than we technically had to start with.
Oh, we got
Because
some.
all of it's hypothetical.
Lots of information.
hold on.
I've
Zach
given
is
you all the
confident.
answers.
Yes.
Useful information. Like if we ask you whether you prefer strawberries or raspberries, and you answer us with dark chocolate is generally 50% cocoa or more, that is not a useful piece of information.
But what's
Okay, so-
Aegis's questions?
I have a question that does not involve you or Mab at all. So your answer shouldn't be a breach of your
Okay.
pact. Who stole the Asgardian artifacts our friend is looking for?
Oh, that's a good one.
Because if he can't answer, it's Mab. And he's having to check his notes.
No, I have to call up this very specific.
Ow.
Don't say
I always like it when I
Sake
make the
Christ.
GM have to look through their notes.
That's why I never make notes.
Yeah, that's a secret.
Synapse will hear Brown Recluse say, Picante Pepino. Behind Red Jaguar. And just,
The fuck does that mean? Just like
Spicy
literally,
child?
the fuck does that mean? And then
Game that he's playing.
Broken.
Oh,
I'm guessing you yelp.
Yeah, I yelp, I turn around and go, stop.
what? I don't know what you're talking about. I'm just here.
What was the name? What was the question again?
who stole the
Who
artifacts?
stole the artifacts?
Yeah, who stole the Asgardian artifacts?
Yes.
Opportunistic dwarves.
Oh. Okay, we have a lead for Brigitte. Okay, secondary question, which may or may not be related to the first. And he will point at Gideon. Why is he invisible to some people?
Burton.
Heimdall couldn't see you. Said you were a shadowy man.
That's
Oh.
right.
Your companion is invisible because others do not wish him to.
Which others?
Relics of the past.
Which relics?
Which past?
A ruler no longer with us, who, with best intentions, preserved the wisdom of an event from scrying eyes of those who would have used it nefariously.
Ignore the caps. I accidentally left my caps on. I'm not trying
Or
to shout
three
about this.
messages?
Yes! I didn't turn it off in between fucking messages. Fuck off.
I also love the
I
fact that ignore the caps, I accidentally turned them off was said before the last message was sent.
Well, no, in my defense, I
Turn them
hit
on.
enter and then looked up and sent it. So.
Are we done
my fault your
asking
internet
for
shit.
Elf King questions?
Just one more, perhaps.
Oh.
One more.
By nature of your court, you may not interfere with the Winter Court, and thus you made a pact. by nature of one of my elements, spring, namely, or fall, it is most important that I am within both courts. Both courts must exist on either side for autumn to exist and for spring to exist. Is there a way, and if so, could you potentially give us the way to use that sort of loophole to acquire more assistance from you? Spring is not involved in this pact.
Given that there are two courts, given that there is an unassailable pact of non-interference between the two courts, given that courts are strongest in their seasons of element, there is not much one can do to interfere with the opposite court or to assist any who are trying to interfere with the opposite court, other than to simply invite them to, and he nods at your sort of at the ground at your feet sort of thing, take a walk in a summer meadow. And you look, and the whiteness is like halfway down your ship.
Is that a permanent change? I'm gonna look over at like, I know you were almost cursed by me. So
If
is that
it
a
is, this is a potential answer. Just the presence of summer by default affects winter. He is not influencing her, but by being here, her influence is weakened. It's a sort of an indirect way of impacting her influence.
Okay, I have one last question probably. What would happen if one of you were to break your pact of non-interference, or if it can be proven that one of you have broken your pact of interference? What would the ramifications be? Because I feel like telling us the ramifications wouldn't be a breach of the pact.
Forfeit of leadership.
Ooh,
Of course.
maybe we can pull some legal nonsense and get Mab dethroned.
didn't Mab already technically interfere with another court by changing Solstice's element?
I was just
Can
if
we
we are
get
now as
Solstice to be
champions,
king?
if we can have her affect me and cut me off from summer, would that not be?
Can we have Solstice be king?
No, and he points to Recluse.
Oh, that's the straight
Oh, no.
answer he wants to give.
Because
No,
Now we get an honest and straight answer.
we've annoyed him enough that he has to give us straight answers.
as
Otherwise,
your companion pointed out, the Eledrin exist between seasons.
Well, I heard what you're saying about the light bulbs, what electrocution, whatever you're talking about, but I'm like trying to make sure my friend's okay because his shit's fucked up.
Your friend will be fine.
You promise?
I can
No.
promise to the end of this conversation.
Oh,
What he chooses to do after that is up to him. But staying too long in one court, staying too long in the summer, will make you winter adverse.
if it came out that Mab had been actively working against you, she would lose her leadership
That is
by
the
breaking the
case.
pact. What's the level of proof that you'd need?
Absolute.
Okay, beyond reasonable doubt. So
Oh,
this loss
is
of
different.
status, like, is okay. So in humans, when someone powerful loses their status, things get violent, would she be able to, hypothetically, if she were to be dethroned, would she be able to lash out, or would she lose all of her super powerful Fae powers? Like, are her powers hers or the court's?
Court gives power through right of leadership.
Oh.
No one contests the king or queen of the summer or winter courts because their power, personal power, is absolute and unchallengeable.
And as king, what is your plan right now? We know some of Mab's, but what's yours?
Do not interfere.
Apart from her court, your own plans that perhaps she could interfere with accidentally. Are you seeking anything yourself?
That would be telling.
Mhm.
But before I tell, I feel that you are needed back in your realm. He gestures, portal opens up.
Is there a way we can contact you? If I mean, I know you're able to contact us whenever you want, but
I will seek you out when I need you.
I'm walking through
Like,
the
do we
portal.
just whisper into a leaf, or
One wishes.
do you have a burner phone?
Look directly into the sun.
One
prepared
wishes
for you.
to enjoy the givings, the offerings that summer has to give them. One must simply spend time in the summer.
I have walked through the portal.
Yeah, Zan's probably gonna follow shortly after Brown Recluse leaves.
And the fact that he said we're needed is making Hector nervous, so he's going to go through.
Yeah.
I will wait for everyone else to pass through.
It was really nice to meet you. And she's gonna she doesn't bow because she doesn't quite know how to do that, but
Half
she's
hour, half
trying to,
birthday.
yeah, like a little. It was really nice to meet you. Thank you for the hospitality. And she's gonna follow everyone through the portal.
And once everyone is through, I'm going to turn around and look at him, and I'm going to ask, how do I get my memories back?
I'm like any wound, the restoration of memory will take time. Although you seem to have found your way somewhat inadvertently to be given a path to your own redemption.
Redemption. Interesting. And
We
I'm
will
going to
talk
leave.
again. Gestures again.
I'm sure we will. I will have the last word, Mike. And I leave.
You dramatic bitch. I love it.
Oh, yeah.
And you hear in your mind, no. All right. So
White.
you all appear at a darkened street, nighttime, middle of the city. All the street lights are on, and wondering exactly, orienting yourselves where you are. A small, odd creature, barely visible to the south of you on the map, you will see in a moment. In the light, in the fading light of the dim light of the street lamp, just at the outskirts of it, something small, something bird-like, the size of a crow, maybe a raven, but made of smoke and vaguely humanoid in shape, but small, and sort of it starts almost like an animal in the headlights. It sees you, flits away down now. And from that, let's take a quick break. Everybody, I've had them sitting far too long. Everybody go, bio break, get some water, drink some fluids, bring some snacks back for the rest of us, and we will see you in 5.
We see you.
Bye.
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 Delicious Chianti.
Chianti's a little dry. I don't really like the flavor of it. The fava beans I did try, but it also comes with extra in here when I was doing it. I was
So we're fighting piranha
Oh,
squirrels.
hi everybody! Welcome back. Hola putas, ¿Cómo están?
We're never gonna get sponsored.
Okay,
Okay.
I
We're gonna get
think I know
sponsored.
what
The
that
question
means.
is by whom?
Am I correct in assuming what that means?
That
Yes.
depends on the
Yes, okay.
language.
It does
because in
depend.
German, Pute just means turkey.
And in the Filipino language,
It's a cake, like a biscuit.
Tagalog? I think it's
Tagalog, yeah.
And I hope I'm saying that right.
No,
It is a
Tagalog.
type of dessert.
Are you?
Oh, it is Tagalog. Okay.
But here's the
Other
thing: he's
Languages of the Philippines.
not using it.
He's using the Spanish version, which if I said the translation, my wife would bust through here and hit me with a chancla.
Sí, la chancla.
True story.
Tengo una chancla aquí. Chancla.
All right, we're starting. GM said we're starting.
Yes, please, God, let's
never
Ay,
been-
go.
como mi culito. Come on, estamos
All
listos.
right.
Okay.
So, after a satisfying conversation with Oberon, where they learned all the things they needed to know,
Yep.
they were shunted back through a portal
I was gone for one session.
and arrived at on a quiet city street at night with streetlights. Whereupon they see just at the edge of one of the rims of light, one of the streetlights, a strange creature. Wispish.
Oh,
Just so
yeah,
you know,
the
strange
smoke
creature
crow.
is the cue where I started the recording because you didn't say I should start the recording. Just so you are aware where the map starts.
Oh, that's fair.
So,
Oh.
dear listener, if you have heard Mike say strange creature, you now have a map to look at.
Ta-da! There it is. Strange creature.
You're
Like,
muted,
now you're gonna
Sparrow.
be confused. Smoke, wispish, possibly feathered, possibly humanoid, but small, and darts away down an alley. Go.
Y'all saw that, didn't you?
Yeah, that was a
Correct.
smoke crow.
Should probably deal with that. I mean, I would happily head home, but I think it's a bit dangerous to leave out here, considering Oberon said we were needed.
The king of the summer court of the Fae sent us here because we were needed. I don't think we can.
I mean, I don't know if we're supposed to say that out loud, given his whole
We're not. We're
non-interference thing.
thinking. Am I not thinking?
Oh,
not?
yeah, no, it's all telepathic. I've brought the network back up.
Also,
Great.
people can't see Gideon like remotely.
Well, we have the confirmation that Heimdall just sees a blur. I would not conflate that with people cannot scry on me remotely.
Okay, fine.
It's like if your TV has a smudge, it doesn't mean that all TVs have the same smudge in the same
Okay,
place.
fine. Should me or Jaguar take a point on this since we're the hardest to hurt? Or does someone else want to start walking towards the bird alleyway?
I'll do it.
All right, right behind you.
Hey, Solstice. Are you okay, buddy?
Sure.
That throne looked pretty cool, right?
I suppose. I don't know what's going on, and I feel that I should.
I'll help you take him down.
No, I don't think we need to take him
so
down.
you can be king of the kings.
No, I don't want to be king.
I support your candidacy. Sire, my sire. You know, what is that from the movie? Captain, my captain. Yeah, sire, my sire.
He might be listening. I don't think he'll like this conversation.
Too routine.
Wait, did Recluse and Solstice not follow us? Wait, where'd they go?
Just
They
whisper,
fully-
muttering the demise of the king. Come on.
They fully got distracted as we left. By the way, Mike,
They're
are
muttering
those
to each
wheels
other here in the
blue
shadows.
like they are on the map and what Hector's seeing?
Let's just say that they're fancy rooms.
Okay.
Apparently, it's a cyberpunk map.
Okay. Okay, that checks out.
Oh god, it's the
That seems to be the only cyberpunk thing in the entire map. And
So
yes,
we are supposed to
ignore
ignore the satanic ritual happening.
Ignore the
Yeah, we're
satanic
ignoring
ritual
that?
on the roof.
Yeah, we're just gonna
I
ignore
I
the
was
static
gonna
ritual.
also ask about that.
Okay.
I was gonna ask about that. That felt like an
Gotcha.
important question to
You wouldn't be able to
ask.
see it
Yeah.
anyway, technically.
You see strange
Yeah.
creatures, do you follow them? And then the next
Then there's
little
a
guy says,
bird
like,
on a
Satades
sculpture.
Asmodeus, Dedeificamos.
And then are we supposed to ignore this green stuff down here too?
Yes.
no.
Ignore
Okay,
the,
how far are we supposed to go into this alleyway, man?
all the way into the car where the the biohazard boxes are. Ignore them. They are not biohazard boxes.
Are we
The whole
going to
thing
talk
is
about
not
the
going to
skull?
explode and kill you.
Are we going to talk about this, or are we just going to pretend that's not there?
Is
No,
this is this a Hydra SUV for little Hydras to be transported from into soccer practice?
Let's go with that. Yeah.
It's a repurposed Hydra SUV. Okay.
Oh my god.
So that is the centerpiece, if you will, of the alley, where there's basically a small van, SUV. It's running. The lights are on. The headlights are on. The occupants seem to be... Well, there's someone in the driver's seat. Man.
Zan will knock on the window.
And their head is lolled back. They are very much not responsive.
Is this a modern car or an old car?
Modern.
Okay. Can I use machine telepathy, and see how long this has been running?
Certainly can.
Can I open the door?
You
See
certainly
if we
can.
can. Okay.
I was going to see if perhaps it had been here for like 20 minutes, and then we know something's inside it, or if it had been here for hours and the battery was nearly dead, which means it would
Well,
be
you find
safer
that out.
to
I
open
think
that up.
Zan will also
door.
very quickly
Yeah.
figure it out.
No, it's all right. It's fine. Don't
But
worry.
we'll
If Sam's
be
just
able
going to open
No,
the door, open the door. It's fine.
Well, I feel like you could get a lot of information from the card. Zan
Don't
wants
worry about
to check this guy out, make sure that he's not dead. If we gotta call a ambulance or something.
While you're hacking the car, you get information that it's been there exactly 22 minutes.
Exactly 22 minutes? Is that an
Hmm.
important
Timer.
exactly?
That's
Or
there you
You
okay.
get the sense of you can do the math.
Okay.
20 to 25,
It's
22-ish minutes.
So-
been here.
All of those statements are very, very different from exactly 22 minutes.
No, it's exactly 20.
I wasn't going to say anything.
If
'cause
you're
I'm afraid.
meticulous- If you're
I am.
meticulous and you want the
I
exact
am.
number, it's 22.
Thank you.
Car's been here for about 22 minutes, give or take. Well, the
See?
time on the car itself says it's 22 minutes, but it might have been turned off or something in between. So
You know,
it's been active for the last
and
22
opens the door.
minutes.
And now you give me the opening to ask, Mike, is 22 a significant number in any way, shape, or form? Okay.
He
What's
just
going
thought of it.
Hey,
Best number.
What's going on? Is everybody dead or something?
That's what we're checking.
I'm checking. So
yeah,
yeah,
you're
Zan's
checking the
gonna
guy. How are you checking the guy?
gonna check to see if he has a pulse, see if he's breathing, see what's going on with it, if he's just napping.
He's breathing, so he has a pulse.
Hey dude, you
It's
okay?
Slow.
Hmm,
Smell alcohol.
I can't smell right now. Anyone with
Oh,
a
mask.
working nose, check this guy.
Let's see if I can find anything. Don't make no promises.
How about everybody give me a vigilance check?
Okay.
A vigilance check.
Synapse, you wanna call an ambulance just in case?
Yeah, that's probably a better use of my time.
I got an 11,
You
but
want
with an M.
I got a 16.
to call the ambulance? What are we doing?
Hold on.
He's passed out, and I don't know if... I think he needs help. So an ambulance might be a good idea.
Is he
16
like his
with
heart broken?
Marvel.
Like slowed down or something?
Yeah, his pulse is slower than normal.
Does anybody have some electricity? I could probably put a shock to the system.
Right
Is
next
that
to
safe?
her.
Is that,
No.
is that safe?
No, it is not.
No,
Probably, yeah. I'll give it a good 78% it's safe. That's what they do in the
Or-
hospital on the show.
Or
You
we
ever
could
seen-
just call an ambulance.
But again, you can call the ambulance and then it'll take them forever to get here. And this guy,
Hang on.
Guys,
We're
there's
in
some
America.
smoke crows.
What?
What? Oh shit! Yeah.
So, give me your vigilance checks again.
Nice.
15.
I got an
17.
11, but I got an M on my Marvel die.
Yeah, 16 with a M on the Marvel die.
Yeah, so you definitely notice the fact that you're being watched. Synapse doesn't.
Oh no, Synapse doesn't see shit.
She's busy navigating the intricacies of the American healthcare network.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm trying to get it so I can get a free ambulance out here for the poor fucker.
Right?
no, the ambulance is free to pick you up, but once they're done, they send you the bill. That's how it works for us, unfortunately.
Yeah, well, it's
Yeah, because it costs
guess it kinda works out, too.
$1,200 for gas. I'm not
And-
salty. You're salty.
Is that exorbitant?
Oops, you said vigilance. I'm
You know
sorry.
what? Not as bad
was
as
that
it
Gideon
was.
or D? What the
That was
fuck?
Gideon. The existence of gas is exorbitant for D.
Aegis looks up, sort of takes a stock of his surroundings, and sort of goes through your got some basic, first aid and what have you. You're gonna, all right. Well, he's breathing. You take a step back, and then you realize you're surrounded by crows, or even some birds. They're just like on the wires across. They're on the rooftop looking down at you. They're some on the car, the vehicle itself, and they're all staring
I
at
swear,
you
if
with
this is
these
some
jet black, lidless.
Question. Did they just suddenly appear? As in, did we not notice them existing there and now we do? Or did they land on the car?
No.
Okay.
they apparated. If this is some cosmic joke about an attempted murder, I'm going to be very upset.
Aegis wins. Aegis wins.
He's going. He knows this probably isn't going to work, but he's going to make like a shooing motion at the pro on the hood and just be like, "Hey, go get."
When you look closer, it's not really a crow, though. It kind of has a sort of an aspect of the crow. It's got sort of like these wings that sort of fall back, and it sort of behaves like it, but it's look really close enough. The small humanoid, but it's a gaunt face, and it looks anguished of sorts. And it starts moving towards you.
I think these crows are depressed.
Oh,
Look like a
there's a
crow.
lot of them.
Gideon is just going to look at San. Just
Zan, being the dumb good boy he is
This reminds me
gonna
of that
hold
movie.
out a he's gonna like hold out a finger to the crow, like to step on. It's like, hey, you guys okay? Like,
And the
what's
knot, the knot crow reaches out with small, delicate humanoid limbs. And you notice now as well that it's flying, but it's not, because it doesn't seem to have discernible legs. So it's sort of this apparative wisp of something, but it's still there, and it's still on a surface, but not on the surface, and it reaches out, it touches your hand, and it feels cold. What is your ego defense, please?
ego defense is a 12 now.
Cool beans, cool beans. You immediately flash to a sad thought. something that bothered you from your past, something that didn't sit right, and you've always felt badly about it. Did you really have to stab her with the trank? I mean, you could have killed her. And that sort of that thought comes straight to the front of your brain. And you look down at the little creature, and it's staring right at you.
He's gonna punch it.
I respect
Try
it.
to roll initiative. That's really
Oh, are we actually rolling initiative?
yes. Dang.
Hey!
Holy
15 with an M.
Damn.
Fuck yeah, baby!
Gideon Price 16 with an M.
Yep.
Steel Aegis
I think
with
that's the highest I've ever
17.
rolled in.
Recluse,
Oh, we're
don't
all
forget you
rolling.
have
Initiative.
edge, I think.
I got a 7.
7.
Oh, I have an edge on initiative checks too.
You do.
Fuck yeah.
A lot of 16s going about.
Jeez. A lot of what the?
I rolled the exact same. It's fine.
The dice gods have decided your fate.
So it's Zan,
In
everyone
the
else,
words famous
Jaguar.
throughout all PG-13 actual plays, get fucked.
The one F we're allowed to use.
Yeah.
So you have a lot of M's in here. So starting with those, Steel Aegis, you punch the thing.
Oh boy. Do you want me to roll an attack or just damage?
You can roll an attack. Yes.
Oh boy, here we go.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Holy shit.
There's still a bird?
Oh!
What? Jesus.
So you hold you have your hand out, and it sort of clutches at you, and that thought comes to the forefront, and you drive it down, and you close your hand into a fist, and it punches straight through this wishbis thing, and it literally just evaporates into smoke.
Is that a 1-inch punch?
Yeah.
Just what?
Okay, yeah, birds are evil.
For our audio-only listeners, I am letting you know that our dear Steel Aegis rolled a 19 to his hit and a total of 21 damage, which is one of the highest rolls of the entire campaign so far.
I destroyed this bird.
All right, who else had vigilance?
I had an M.
You had an M. Somebody else had an M. Gideon Price had an M too, didn't you?
Gideon, yeah, Gideon would have gone before me.
Gideon's and then Synapse.
Yeah, and then Joe.
Yeah.
Gideon?
So just to make sure that I have this correctly in my mind, Zan looked at a crow and then punched it into nothingness
Yeah.
and said the birds are bad.
Yeah. It did touch him first.
Oh, it did touch him first.
Yeah, so
Also-
yeah, he like held
also-
out a finger, like, "Hey, you guys doing okay, little buddies?" It touched him, and he was like, "Ah!" Punched it, and was like, "Okay, yeah, no, they're evil."
Solstice,
Sorry?
what was your initiative?
17. Not
He should
fantastic.
go before I did then. If
I
it
think
How'd
that's
you
not
end up? You get free
fantastic.
action.
Yeah.
Are there any birds within my reach?
Not really. They're all sort of
Am
waiting because they didn't have an M on their initiative.
Am I allowed to
Yes.
make birds come into my reach with this free action?
How would you do that?
Moving up to one?
No, I mean, There doesn't seem to be anything in easy reach.
Okay.
They all seem to be surrounding you.
Well, there's one on top of the van.
That's the one that
That's
There's
There's
one
the
on the
second
bonnet. There's two of them on the van. So there's
I mean,
one on
there's-
the bonnet and there's one on
Sure.
the back.
Oh yeah.
I will
Haha,
allow you to
actually
notice
paid
that one,
attention.
yes.
Yeah, I'll go after that one then.
Oh,
Do it in attacking. And as I'm doing that, I'm going to just send a very quick private telepathic message to Synapse. And go check for any bird-related trauma in Zan's past, please, when you get the chance.
I'll add it to the list.
roll your melee.
Yep. Now let me see. I have some things here. Battle plan. Change. Okay, now that is important. But I do have a signature attack, which is my Cane of Secret Death. So I will have edge on that attack. I have an edge when making attacks that way. Okay. And actions. Let's go with a melee attack. I do not need edge on that attack.
24 and 20 damage.
That's double that, so that would be a 40 damage.
Synapse, you're going to hear in your voice from Hector, Synapse, could you potentially check to see if you could find anything on Gideon related to bird trauma?
I mean, honestly, after 200 years, probably.
It's like just any historical
Probably
moment.
something against carrion birds specifically.
Yeah.
Like the first, your sword cane stabs through it and it disappears and evaporates in a puff of smoke. Synapse.
Okay.
I'm going to check
Actually,
if
this is
there's any bird trauma.
The question I want to ask is, I have telekinetic barrier.
Sure.
What I would like to do is kind of form a dome around Synapse, so I can kind of get a reading on the situation. But I don't know if I can do that with telekinetic barrier. I mean, I have telekinetic protection, so I already technically have it. But that's for damage. I don't want these things to touch me.
Okay.
But if I can't, that's fine. I will use telekinetic manipulation, lift up a bunch of gravel, and just fucking send it. So,
Telekinetic shotgun.
yeah, pretty much.
It's not really a dome.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. It's like it has to be like almost like straight edges, right?
You're building a wall, yeah.
Okay. Then I'll just do the telekinetic manipulation, lift up a bunch of gravel basically around me, like let it orbit, and send. I can only really make one attack with them to start with, so I'll send off like a chunk towards anyone that is in particular, any of the birds that is in reach.
Sure.
I'll be specific in not attacking my party.
Well, fine.
Yeah, I know I ruined it for you. A logic check against the agility defense. Oh no, never mind. That's not the thing. So, just an attack roll?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oof. You didn't even have to make these things squishy.
Yeah. Wow.
So
These
that is an
rolls.
18
So that's
to attack and
Jesus.
16
32
to
points of
damage.
damage from Marvel result logic attack with an 18. Again, gravel just
Yeah.
When
She's
is,
just
it,
like-
brickwork.
when is it going to be my time?
Right now, in fact.
I swear to God, if you manage to miss
She is.
this attack, I'm
Yeah.
gonna fucking die.
No, you know what's coming.
No, tell everybody what's
Like,
coming.
Does
All
it
right.
really work for crows?
I don't know. We're gonna find out very soon, I think.
So I
Round
want to make a web ball
Hmm.
and give it some little leverage. And I want to, like a blackjack or a tetherball,
Sure.
and just spin around and just start cleaving bitches in half or in the dust.
We'll CVT among friends. Cool.
Hey, if you can't see
Cool.
with your
Give
friend,
me a it's still melee. Give it a melee roll.
melee with what?
Melee attack.
Sweet. Nine.
9. 9 is enough.
Wow.
9 is enough. And that damage, 6 points, is also enough. The ball
Yep.
itself gets close
I
to
would like
1, and you manage to kind of swack it off of the pan that it's sitting on,
Yeah.
and disappears into a...
Yeah, I just want to and if it bounces, I'm like, fuck. That means I got to train with Red Jaguar. My arms isn't as strong as these two. Well, not this one. This one, no. This one, yes. All right, you fucking birds, it's CBT time. Bow down to your
There
spot.
it is.
Bro and bird torture.
Is someone gonna ask me to look into Recluse's background
No.
for
No.
We know there's no help for him.
No, that shit's dark. We're not going there.
All right.
Thank you. But please,
Solstice.
Jesus. I'll shoot a elemental blast
You're not going
at
to
one
chill
of
the air?
them.
Oh, you linked chill.
Ooh, freeze them all to death.
Other chill.
I mean, I feel like we should have been able to spread the damage around, given that we got criticals, but
32 damage. Whichever one's furthest from us.
Sure.
Just because not everyone's raged here. Use 6 focus to do it. I was in autumn. Am I in summer now from being near the king, or am I still?
No, you still in autumn.
Oh. So it'll just be a wind blast. Nothing fantastic about it. 6, 7, 10.
That's enough.
Okay. 12, 15 damage.
That's enough. Disappears into a puff. And
These are quite easy.
why
You
would you
just-
say that?
thing is about everybody going first is that poor Red Jaguar right at the end doesn't get to go until his initiative.
Hello. And
Cool.
to do the most damage, I have to set up a move. I have to use my action to set up real quick.
Okay, let's see.
You don't need to do a lot of damage to these things, apparently. I mean, the rest of us are just overachievers, but...
Yeah.
Well, I can't let you all
Aegis-
overachieve, and I not.
Yeah, Aegis doesn't have anything really ranged, but he can jump with low density. He doesn't have the jump skill. He's gonna come over here and kick this bird.
Cool.
All right, so doopa. Not even going to look at my various combat skills unless necessary. Bird dead.
We're dead.
Pandemic. Sorry.
What does Clobber even do? Yeah,
to make
Clobber would
It
murder
knocks you
even
down.
further.
It kills birds.
You do a fantastic. You do double damage, and
Knock
you
it
knock
down.
the ground.
So yeah, just total evisceration. If Clobber. Yeah, that's me.
Damn.
Now, Gideon Price, your agility is
My agility is 2. My defense is 12.
just seeing whether you or the birds go.
I go.
The birds go. So
Damn it.
from each one that you see, and the map does not represent the sheer number of birds there. So apologies to everyone watching at home. I did not want to lag the map by showing 10 times this number. They're just all over the wires. They're all over the things. They're surrounded by... You're the person that's been walking around in the park for the past 30 minutes dropping peanuts out of his pocket, and all the crows have found you.
Oh
Yeah,
no!
I've been there.
And they leap and launch themselves off of these surfaces and down into this cloud miasma almost of swirling, darkened, smoke-like, cold, and visceral discomfort. And I'm going to need each of your ego defenses, please.
Are they making contact with me? Because technically, I have a telekinetic protection field. Always active.
Ooh.
I have telekinetic protection level 2. So unless they're doing more than 20 points of damage to hit me, they're not touching me.
Jesus.
Now, let me just double check on that to see if it's in the round or...
Yeah, so any attacks against them that do 20 points of damage or less are instantly absorbed and the protection continues. If an attack does more than 20 points of damage, it destroys the protection. Either way, the character remains unharmed, which means it's not touching me. I mean, I'll still roll the ego defense. I'll still do that, but you did take that into account, right?
Guys,
It's not always in effect. It's a standard action.
It's a reaction.
Okay?
So
and
it's
it's,
just-
and it's concentration.
That's fine. I have a free concentration slot.
You do.
I do. So that's up. as soon as let's be honest, if a giant flock of birds starts swarming towards you, you would immediately want something to protect you.
Yeah.
So,
True.
I mean, if you know, you would rather I didn't, and I would have to activate it next turn, fine. I can do
Just
that.
a second. Mike? Alejandro needs something from you.
I apologize. It's nothing bad, but I do gotta go.
Oh, yep.
Nothing's wrong or anything, but there is something I just gotta take care of that I realized the time, and I apologize for that. So, see you guys. For our viewers, thank you for watching. Subscribe to the channel so Mike can get money. Do it.
Yeah.
I'll find you.
So we can all get money.
I'll have Hector.
All over the one.
See you guys.
Yeah, good one.
Bye.
See ya.
Drive safe.
And it's gone. And it's gone. All right.
All right, real quick. Cloud of spectral things, and they seem to attack everyone. Look at numbers at this point.
And did you want our ego defense, or did you want us to make an ego check?
No, it's just ego defense.
Okay. I got 12.
How badly
Me
I'm
too.
punching through or not punching through, depending. Red Jaguars is that. Okay, so everyone gets just sort of deluged by these things. They're flocking, they're clinging to you, and when they touch you, it feels cold. It's shocking. It's lament. You feel a surge, for want of a better term, of oppression, just a weight. The more these things touch you, the heavier your body feels, the heavier your mind feels, the heavier your heart and emotions. But in particular, Synapse. You find yourself overwhelmed by the sheer number of these things. And watching your friends attacked by these things, and you see even Red Jaguar drops to one knee briefly. And everyone is just, for every one that they try to smack away, 3 more sort of fly out of this cloud of miasma and cling at their hair, and they cling at they seem to be almost trying to pull off Steel Aegis's mask. And he's defenseless under that. What do you do?
So, can I do anything, or am I just freaking the fuck out?
I mean, you did send me a message of something you could do.
Oh, okay. Shit. So, I would like to. I don't know if this would work technically. But seeing that Aegis is about to get absolutely fucking wrecked, can I take my telekinetic protection and envelop Aegis with it instead? I know that'll drop it on me. But to be fair, I've already got everybody, like, as soon as everyone starts getting hit